Hey everybody, welcome to another Ask Me Anything session. I'm Chance Coble, the General Manager of Yellowfin Business Intelligence. Today, I'm very excited about the Ask Me Anything because we're going to be focusing on an upcoming release of AI-driven natural language query. So the first thing we want to do is go set up our AI. In order to do that, I'm here in the administrative page screen of Yellowfin. And I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to go to a new option for external connections, which now gives me my option to go link in a new OpenAI connection. We might add other vendors here in the near future. Right now we've got OpenAI to sync to. You select your model, give it a name, and then you pop in your AI key and enable it through NLQ. Once you do that, you can test the connection. And I've already got one set up here. So let's now go into my data set where I've got already this data source set up for these aviation wildlife incidents. And then I'm going to go into browse. I'm going to take a look at the view that I've set up so we can walk through what you have to do in order to get this going. It's really nothing more than what you've already done if you've set up NLQ before. So I'll open up this view. And the view, for those of you that aren't familiar with Yellowfin, is where we set up the metadata for Yellowfin. So we're going to connect to a data source, and then building all content in Yellowfin is essentially an act of composition on that data source. You start out by connecting to it, and then the next thing you do is you tell Yellowfin what it needs to understand in order to query that data set and interrogate it. And you do that by essentially grabbing tables, setting up join relationships or anything like that. I've already got this all into one table, so it's one large flat table, and we're including all of these features in it. If it were a multi-table setup, I would just set up the entity relationship diagram there in the canvas. And then here, I'm going to go in and set up all of these different fields with the friendly names and formats that I want them to have. And the key thing I'm going to do is go in and set up NLQ. I'm going to turn on NLQ. I'm going to set up a distinct row identifier, which allows me to do things like count records. I'm going to set up my default date. So when I apply a date, I expect that date to be, without having mentioned any date field, if I just say I want to see this between these times, this is the date I want to use. And then I can put in here any custom instructions I would expect someone to see if they're a user of the system and they open up NLQ.